Hello, everyone. Welcome to IELTS Energy TV. I am your IELTS teacher, Jessica Beck, and in this episode, you are going to hear me and Aubrey explain the advantages of the listening test when you take the computer-delivered exam. Guys, there are so many great tips in here for how to do your best on the listening test if you're taking it on the computer, and insider advice for what strategies you should use as well. So guys, listen up so you are fully prepared for the listening test on the computer delivered IELTS exam. And remember guys, you can get your free estimated IELTS band score right now. Go to allearsenglish.com/IELTS quiz. Guys, I made resources just for you based on my many years of examining and teaching IELTS. So take this quiz and get those resources. allearsenglish.com/IELTS quiz. All right, listen up and find out how to listen well on computer-delivered IELTS.
This is an IELTS Energy Podcast, episode 821. Listen to this, why computer IELTS is taking over.
Welcome to the IELTS Energy Podcast from All Ears English with your hosts, former IELTS examiner Jessica Beck and Lindsay McMahon, the English adventurer. With hundreds of Band 7, 8, and 9 success stories, our strategies are the smartest in the IELTS world. Get your estimated band score now with our 2-minute quiz. Go to allearsenglish.com/myscore.
Continuing our series about computer IELTS today, in our chat, you'll learn important advantages of taking this version of the exam and get some vital tips for that test day experience. Hey, Aubrey, what's up?
Hey, Jessica, how are you?
I am doing great. We had a school play this morning, and it was so adorable. So every year, the third graders at my son's school, they give a play about Portland's history. And it was, oh my God, it was so good. They all had their lines memorized. Nobody forgot anything. Nobody was reading anything or needed prompting. I know, like, oh my gosh, it was so impressive.
Yeah, that's rare for that age. I feel like you expect it to be a hot mess, so that's impressive.
It was so good. And there was this one little girl, her name is Alex, and she is going to be a star. Like, I hope she's going to be a professional actress one day. Because you know, like, most of them are just, like, saying the words. But this one girl was, like, acting her little heart out, and like, awesome. Oh my gosh, I cried. She had like a monologue about women's voting rights, and like all the moms in the audience were like, oh my God.
That's awesome. You're like, this is so powerful.
I know. Oh gosh. Do you think any of your kids have the acting bug?
Yeah, so my oldest, she's 13. She's in a theater class, awesome. And she really loves it. And yeah, I think she's going to try out for the next play. I would love it if she would make it so that I could go and see her, and it'd be so fun, you know? And then I feel like my youngest, it's hard to tell when they're 5, but my little 5-year-old daughter she's always singing. She's like always wanting to write plays and perform them with her brothers and sisters. She loves that. She wants them to like record her with their iPhones. She's like, record me, make a video, like all the time.
That is so cute.
So maybe.
I love it. Like, being a performer like that takes so much courage. Yeah. It is amazing to me just how people can go up there with such confidence. And like, that's the extreme end of the spectrum as far as having confidence in front of people. But you know what? I think a lot of our listeners out there also experience anxiety, not just like being on stage, but just in like starting conversations with new people, especially with people in English.
Oh, definitely. That's so difficult in a second language. It's difficult in your first language, for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. I know. Even I get nervous sometimes if I have to like talk to a new person, and it's like intimidating. So guys, it doesn't matter what language you're starting the conversation in, it can be intimidating. So Lindsay and I are doing our most popular web class ever. Lindsay and I are doing this in January, you guys, in a couple weeks. So sign up. We are giving you the strategy for how to be a fearless conversation starter. So guys, sign up. Like I said, spots are already filling up so fast. It is the most popular web class we've ever done. So sign up, guys. I know it's not IELTS, but it'll help you on the speaking exam. So sign up, go to allearsenglish.com/no fear. Okay. Aubrey,
I'm actually really excited about that one. I feel like I could use those ideas for conversation starters in English as well as in the foreign languages I speak. I need to know this information.
I know, awesome. Totally. This is sort of a bigger motivation for me of a lot of the material we do, but for this web class in particular, because it's not just about English. It's not just about like, here's a sentence structure. This is like a motivating, life-changing idea that we can be prepared for any situation.
Yes. Yeah, skills you'll use your whole life. Even once you get past IELTS like this, to keep using the language and meeting people and having interesting conversations. Like that's the goal, right? Use it your whole life. Definitely.
Yeah, guys. You're going to be going to a new university, starting a job in a new country, so everybody needs this web class. allearsenglish.com/no fear. All right, so a couple episodes ago, Lindsay and I talked about the reading on the computer version, how it's a little bit different than the paper version, and better to my mind. It's like easier, I think. And we're continuing that series today with Aubrey, and we're going to focus on the listening because, guys, we are working so hard right now. We are almost ready to introduce this to the world, guys, the 3 Keys IELTS computer version. It is incredible. It is the only computer-delivered IELTS prep class out there, the only one. So if you want to be the first to know about this course, guys, and get the early bird price, like, that's the biggest advantage.
Yes.
Go to allearsenglish.com/computer. Okay.
So yeah, if you go there, right, you're going to sign up for the early mailing list. You'll be the first to know when the course is finished and then get those early prices. So it's actually really exciting. We've had a ton of students ask us, do you have anything specific for the computer-based exam? And I'm so excited that very soon we will. It's exciting.
I know. And we're the only ones. 3 Keys, you guys, is ahead of the pack in all respects. Okay, cool. So let's talk about how the computer listening might have some advantages, just like reading. Now, on the paper version, right? What happens on the listening test on the paper version, Aubrey? Like, what are some things that we could tell our listeners about that?
Well, so you're going to have the paper in front of you and you're going to be listening to the audio from, in a room with a whole bunch of other people, and you don't always know what's the sound quality going to be like. How far am I going to be from those speakers? There are a lot of kind of unknowns that you just sort of hope for the best, right?
Yeah, exactly. We've had some horror stories, guys. Students who they went to the wrong test center, and the audio was terrible. I worked at a test center. I've worked at a few exam test centers, and one of them, oh my gosh, it was in like a super old building, and the walls were really thin, and you could like hear people in the other room, and it was atrocious. So that is probably the biggest advantage of the computer version, guys, for listening, is you have complete control over the audio. But one little tip here is that now, before the test begins, right, there's a screen in front of you. You have to check your details, your candidate number, blah, blah, blah. You go to the next screen, and then it asks you to check the audio, and you could adjust the volume. But guys, don't worry about that really, because you could adjust it at any point during the exam. So like you don't have to decide right then.
That's good to know, because I could see people being like, I don't know. Is this good now? I don't know.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Like just panic causing at any point. But here's what's the same exact questions, guys, and the audio. You are hearing the same words, the same people as those taking the paper version. Like it's all the same stuff. All right. It's not like easier questions or the level, whatever. It's the same exact test. It's just the format, the presentation is a little bit different. So therefore, you use the same strategies, right? The 3 keys strategies are still present, but instead of underlining a keyword in the question, you highlight the keyword in the question. Now, there's another function. When you select a word, right? You right click and you could choose to highlight or take notes. What do you think about taking notes on the listening exam, Aubrey? Hello, lovely listeners. If you are taking the computer-delivered IELTS test in the next 6 months or anytime in 2020, you need to get into the 3 Keys IELTS computer course. Guys, it is almost ready. Sign up so you can be the first to know when the course is finished. Go right now, guys. Sign up for that email list, allearsenglish.com/computer.
No, I mean, we just don't have time, right? Same as with the regular written exam, you don't want to take notes. You want to be listening. You want to spend all your brain power. And if you're busy writing, you're going to miss things.
Exactly. Yes. And I've seen students on the paper version try and jot down. So I don't know what they're writing, but I see it happen in real time as they're writing whatever they're writing. They're missing answers. They're there's 3 answers just flying by them. And guys, never take notes. It doesn't matter what version you're taking. Never take notes.
Right.
Focus
they might
on
be
the
trying to
strategies.
write parallel expressions. I remember the first time I took one, I was like, okay, I'm seeing these keywords. Maybe I'll jot down a few parallel expressions to listen for, thinking maybe I'll hear that. But then you just end up missing part of the audio because you're busy writing. So you just have to sort of hold them in your head, maybe think of a couple that you might listen for. Don't be writing them down. Yeah.
Exactly. Guys, it is so important to stay focused on the listening exam. That's everything. Staying focused on those keywords, tracking those keywords. And if you're taking notes, if you're going outside the strategies, guys, you're distracting yourself, you're wasting time, and everything is about the strategies and the timing. Reading most of all, but listening as well. One feature I really love of the computer version, same as reading, guys, if you miss a question, if you type an answer and you're not sure if it's correct, look at the bottom of the screen, mark that question number for review. It's so much easier to go back, right? Because on the paper version, you're flipping through pages, you're trying to find the little marks you made to remind yourself to check something.
Where did I put that check? Which one did I circle?
Yeah.
Right.
Totally. Exactly. So that is a huge advantage, guys. And the practice we have in our 3 Keys computer course, guys, no, it doesn't look exactly like the, Cambridge British Council IELTS exam. Not exactly. Because we can't, because that would be against the law. But it has all of the features that you need to practice for that. And we explain to you exactly what the differences are between paper, between what you're practicing, between what to expect on the test, and also where a lot of students go wrong, like using that note function, all those rookie mistakes that students make every Saturday. So everything you need for the computer version, guys, is in the 3 Keys course.
And just to practice the highlighting, I think would be so valuable when they're in there to get used to, okay, I'm used to underlining keywords on paper, to practice highlighting those words and be able to do that quickly is going to be extremely valuable.
Exactly. I mean, guys, you've heard many students on this very show who used our 3 Keys strategies and did amazingly on the computer version. You just heard from Renata yesterday. So it's all there. But what has improved is that all of the practice now is even better because you're using all the stuff like the exam day, right? So now it's even 2 band scores higher than what you could have gotten before.
For sure.
And also, guys, another really important thing to practice is, yes, the question types are the same, but the way you do them on the computer's a little bit different. Like there's the drag and drop, for example. And sometimes instead of like choosing an answer, it'll be a table where you have to click in the right column. And if you're not familiar with what that looks like, then it's going to take you extra time on exam day to familiarize yourself and be like, wait, what question type is this? Where do I put an answer?
Exactly, right? And you don't have that time. You don't want to be wasting time to just kind of figure out, how do I do that? You want to know all of that ahead of time. And so in the course, we have it very similar where you can get used to answering the questions by dragging and dropping or all of the different format issues so that you're ready on test day. You know exactly what to expect.
Exactly. And guys, you know that I went to Canada last summer to do the computer test myself before developing all of these strategies. So all of this stuff has been tested out by me. I spent a lot of the time in there. I answered all the questions for sure, but I was also clicking around and like testing out all the functions and stuff. So I have analyzed this to no end. And I also researched what else is out there, guys. There's some individual prep videos for sure, but you know what? They don't tell you all the strategies and they don't tell you all the important differences either because they don't know. They haven't taken the test. So everything is here for you guys. Sign up now so you can be the first to get this amazing course because I know how popular the computer test is becoming, and I'm actually recommending students take this version now because it's easier. It's better.
Definitely.
So sign up, guys.
Especially for the audio on the listening, right? I feel like just for that, so that you can know you're going to be able to hear it. It's going to be in your own ears. Just that, to not have that as a wild card is worth it just for that, to sign up for the computer test.
Totally. I mean, one of our biggest messages and something that motivates a lot of our advice to you guys is control what you can, right?
Yes.
Because that's where anxiety starts to take over, is when you're worried about stuff that you can't control. And that literally is the biggest time waster of all, right? Like you're doing no good to anybody. So in this case, it's the same thing. Like you could just control more on the listening test. So why not? Like, why not do the computer version? So one more time, guys, allearsenglish.com/computer. And if you're also ready for that life after IELTS, to be that fearless conversation starter in 2020, get ready to get motivated, guys. We're going to give you the 3-step strategy to start any conversation in any situation. allearsenglish.com/no fear. Okay, Aubrey, thank you so much for discussing the computer test today.
Yes, thanks. It's fun that you took it and you have all this inside information because, I don't know that much about it. And so it's fun for me to learn about it too.
Well, you will be trained on that, as all
for
3 Ps team members are. All right. All right, Aubrey, have a good day.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to IELTS Energy. Hit subscribe now and don't forget to find your estimated band score at allearsenglish.com/myscore.